Hey guys, so this part here is filmed on November 18th, but I've had a couple people ask about this, so I figured that I would go ahead and film a clip and put it in the beginning because I'm getting ready to edit this video. If you enjoy the animal section of my channel and want to get anything for them, I'm going to go ahead and put a link to an Amazon wish list that is just for my animals in the description down below. It has like litter boxes, food dishes, water dishes, just random toys, probably beds, stuff like that. It's not organized in any manner right now. I'm going to work on that in between everything else, adding little notes for what each thing is and who it's for and so on and so forth. And if you guys do get anything for them, I thank you in advance. And if you leave your name in like a note when you send it or anything like that, I will give you a personal thank you here on my channel, and a shout out to any social media or anything like that that you include and let me know about, because it means a lot. A lot of it is stuff that I want to get for the animals eventually, but just don't have the funds to do right now because the majority of my money is, let's face it, going to Willie. And at this very moment while I'm filming this, most of my money is currently tied up in disputes with PayPal because somebody stole my card information somehow. Still trying to figure out how that happened. And spent $150 that was going to go towards Willie's blood tests on nothing. They were just sending it to themselves. But I'm still getting that back at the moment. So, you know, my money is tied up elsewhere. But they all are things that eventually I want to get for the animals, so it's not anything that they absolutely need right this moment or anything like that. But if you do want to get them anything, the link to that wish list is down below, and again, I thank you in advance. But with that being said, let's get into the video about Bilbo. I'm in the laundry room with little man again. Little man. Today's the 21st, I think. That sounds correct. But today is the last day of his eardrops, so I'm gonna do that and then brush him out, do the first round of his haircuts because we do that in little sections so it doesn't stress him out too much. And then later on today, hopefully give him a little oatmeal bath. I give him his normal bath on the 1st of each month because he's morky and generally you want to give him a bath about once a month. So I don't want to do that again, but he does smell a little bit because I've let his hair grow out a little bit longer than I normally do. So as he's walking outside, he's getting more like morning dew on him and stuff like that on his belly hair. So if I can get that cut, that'd be great, but I've done my best not to cut his hair recently because he's been having an itching problem, which is also part of what the eardrops are for, is for his ear itching problem. But the oatmeal bath can help with some of the itching, so that's the goal. But we're gonna start with eardrops and go from there. Cute little shit. Alright, let me figure out where to set the camera, bud. This is easier some days than others, so we're going to see how it goes today. Alright, buddy. Can you sit? Good boy. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Mommy's not a huge fan of eardrops either. Yeah. Alright, let's get you a treat for the left side. Don't knock that over. Here you go. Can't even see you on the camera. Come here. You sit again? Good boy. Oh, I know. I don't think that went in your ear. There we go. That one did. Good job. finally found my tripod, which will make this process a little bit easier when it comes to filming a video. Come here, bud. What are you doing? He's a little weirder some days than others when it comes to being brushed and getting his hair cut and all of that. I don't know why, but he's just a goofy guy. What is that? Can I get this weird spot off your head? Thank you. Come here. What are you doing? Come here! He doesn't like it when I touch his feet. Like, that's what that whole complaint thing is about there. He just doesn't like it when I touch his feet. Good shake! Come here! Why do you have so much less hair on this side? Is this the side you didn't let me cut last time? Maybe. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. What's it to ya? Come here! Come here. You little bow-legged monster. Come here! And then I'll be back after a small break to continue this. So our next step here is the shaver, trimmer, clippers, whatever you want to call them. He used to be very, very chill with this. Now he runs over there and I have to constantly bring him back. I think he does it more as a game rather than anything else. But when you see him running away, that's why. Come here, bud. Come here. Okay, that works too. Good job, bud. Sometimes scratching him on the side that I need to cut will make him roll over, and other times not. Today appears to be a not day. Hello, Roxy. Hey, bud. What was that? Alright, let's... What are you doing? Bless you. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? some more hair. Oh, I know, it's so sad. So sad. Alright, so I'm going to try and cut some of the hair here around his face. He handles it better some days than others. If he starts panting a lot, I stop. He's not like, you saw him panting earlier. It's not because he's like super stressed out. It's just, he has a heart problem. And it leads to him panting and coughing, but once it gets like beyond his normal, then I stop and we take a break. But my goal isn't to stress him out. I'm also going to cut some of the hair here around his ears because I haven't done that in a little while. You can hold his head in place. You can do that with most dogs. I just don't like to, because that makes him more stressed out. Him just moving his head away from me doesn't stress him out. It just makes it a little more difficult to like do anything. But I'd rather deal with a little more difficult than stressing him out. Some dogs don't mind too much, and they just sort of get used to you holding their head there, but he didn't used to mind it too much, but the vet held his head in place when she was listening to his heart, and ever since it has drastically stressed him out, so I don't do that. I keep my hand on his head, but I try not to like hold him in place, so if he tries to escape me, I just let him. Unless I'm like close to his eyes, then I try to hold him in place. So that way he doesn't jab an eye out. You're doing so good. Yeah. I'm just gonna have like 17 hours of footage of me trying to cut hair off your face and your feet. Did that offend you, babe? There. I'll be back with you either when I get some more of the hair off of his face or when I get him rolled over to the other side. So I've made some nice progress. This hair here, he has several strands that get pulled into his mouth when he licks his mouth because he has no teeth on that side, and that's why his tongue sticks out. So I'm trying to get this little bit here, but I've already got all of the ones that lined from here to here. So I've made progress on the top. We're still working on the bottom as well. And then I still have the other side. But this is the side that I've been struggling the most to get because he doesn't like going near his tongue. But taking it slow and being patient with him gets results. It just means sitting on the floor and squatting down for a while. So I don't want to end up with like a 40-hour video. So I'll be with you when I manage, hopefully, to get some of that. So I did manage to get that long hair, which is great, and I can't get any more of this, but that's fine. This side is still a little long here, but I got most of that the last time I cut his hair at the beginning of the month, so I'm not too concerned. So I'm going to see if I can get him rolled over to his other side so I can use the clippers on his other side. And he has a skin tag somewhere back here. I think it's here. And I haven't used the clippers since I discovered it because I've been worried about it. So I'm just going to make sure that I find that tag before I start using the clippers, and then just make sure to not run right over it into the clippers. So that's what I'm going to do, and we'll be back after that. So we've made a lot of progress. I've gotten his back and his sides shaved, and the only thing that I haven't shaved or cut, except for his paws and the fur around them, I did that not too long ago, so I think he's pretty good in that sense. The only thing I haven't gotten to is his butt hair. And this one is very sensitive about his butt. I don't know what it is. I don't know if in a past life someone stole his butt. I don't know if in a past life someone cut off his butt. But he's very, very worried about what you'll do if you have the opportunity to cut hair off of his butt. Generally, because with long-haired dogs you do want to keep the hair on the back of their legs and around like the base of their tail and stuff like that shorter. It's just a hair, I know. But he does it with his paws too. That's pretty much how he acts if I try to cut hair off his butt. The best time I can do it is when he's already in the bath, because he normally won't sit down while he's in the bathtub. Normally. So it's one of the only times I can get it, and even then I can only come in with like 1 or 2 cuts with the scissors, because then he does sit down. It just takes him a moment to remember he can do it in the bathtub. So, I probably can't do that right now. He protects his butt with his tail. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. But he's a very good boy. We got a lot of hair cuttings in today, which is great. Right, bud? Yeah. Okay, see, I tried to cut a hair off of his butt and it hurt his feelings. Roxy heard a tractor, so she's gonna go check it out. It looks so chill for someone who's so offended by this. Did you know that? And I've cut the hair off of his paws earlier this month, I think is what I said. But you can see here that there's not a ton of fur in between the pads of his feet, which there used to be, but that was one of the things I took care of at the beginning of this month, I think. It could have been at the end of last month. Honestly, I don't really, know how long ago things happened anymore unless I write it down on a calendar. Or if it's on a vet bill, then I also remember it. You want scritchies? Bless you. Oh, okay. I tried to cut his butt hair again. Good shake. I'm gonna see if I can get him back up here and if I can cut any more of the hair off of his tail and butt before his bath. Since I'm not using actual shampoo or anything today, I'm just using the oatmeal. So we will see, and I'll be back with you guys in a few. Or an hour. Who knows? Alright, so I got some more hair cut off. Here, bud. Careful. He might cough after he eats that. It's not him choking. He just sometimes coughs after he eats. But now we're gonna brush him. First with this one, and then with this side here. This one catches a ton of hair and stuff. So like I use it to brush these as well once I'm done cutting his hair, because then it gets rid of the hair. It picks it up and I don't have to bring the vacuum in here and put him outside or anything like that to do it. So come here, bud. Come here. But he handled it very well. He didn't like it, but he handled it well, as he usually does. He's a very good boy. So I'm gonna brush him here with both brushes to get as much hair as I can off of him before I give him a bath, so that way there's less chance of like clogging the drain or tangling up his claws in loose hair, or, yeah, I know I touched your foot, or getting loose hair in his mouth, because otherwise the loose hair can wrap around his teeth and his tongue and stuff like that. Come here! Come here! Bilbo! Come here! I didn't mean to touch your foot. He's wagging his tail at me. He's very excited. What are you doing? Little turkey. But I'm gonna brush him with both of those, and then we'll go grind up some oatmeal together. Alright, so I wish I had a mortar and pestle, but I don't. So I'm going to use one of his little bowls that we use for his wet food, oatmeal and pumpkin. And I just have some Hy-Vee old-fashioned oats here. And there's a half a cup thingy that I use here to measure out the oatmeal every time that I make it. So I'm going to put a little bit in here, and then use this spoon, hopefully, to do a little bit of back and forth grinding to try and grate it up a little bit. It's going to be a slow process, I imagine, but that's what I'm going to do. I unfortunately don't have enough room on this SD card to just record the whole time I'm doing this, and also I have birds in the other room that are unnaturally quiet at the moment. And it won't be long before the furnace kicks back on and I'm in the same room as the furnace. But you can sort of see the beginnings of some stuff grinding there, so I'm gonna keep doing this, maybe go through a few tools, and if I find one that works better than the others, I will be sure to let you know. But otherwise, this is my plan. Alright, so it is not quite as fine as I would like it to be, but I still got it a fair amount over there. I used this plastic bag here with some in there, and I primarily rolled it between my hand and the sink. And that actually accomplished a lot. So that's my recommendation if you don't have a food processor or a mortar and pestle thing. You can also buy oat flour and do it with that, but Mom couldn't find oat flour. So we went with the normal oatmeal, and that way I can also use it here in his food, which is what we're doing. So I'm going to feed him here. It's time for his lunch. And then I'm going to wash dishes while he eats, and then see, hopefully, if he fits in the kitchen sink over here. He used to when he was smaller. He's not much bigger than he used to be, but I've only given him a bath in the sink like twice, and they were both when he was a youngin'. So I will need to see if he can fit in there. If nothing else, the one side of the sink doesn't have like the sponge or anything in the way, so that's the one I'm going to try for. So we will see, but I'm going to go feed him and I'll be back with you later.
Alright, so he is done. He's just sitting here. I didn't wash his head. I washed his ears a little bit, but I didn't wash his head because he doesn't have a lot of issues with his head itching. It's mostly his back. And he started doing that maybe a week after his last bath, I'm not sure. So I mainly focused on soaking his back in the oatmeal stuff. But now I'm going to pick him up and carry him into the bathroom to dry him off the rest of the way. And then I'm going to clean some oatmeal out of the sink. And then we're done. So, hooray! I hope you guys enjoyed a date with Willie.